Top shelf, other side, what?
Fastest pace, and though I'm tired, oh girl, I'm gonna win this race. Hey.
Ready for the action, meet me on the Ave. Bought some killers with me, heaters on they lap. Represent my city, speaking on behalf. One time.
What's going on, people? We are back at it again with the Budtenders podcast. Of course, I'm Jarrell, and I got my road dog with me, my partner in crime, my main homegirl, Rocky. What's happening?
What's going on, Jarrell?
Chilling. Another busy day at the shop. Shit is open out here in Vegas, so everybody out here.
Oh, the crowds are insane
everywhere, not just at the dispensary.
You know, you can't even get it. You can't even get an Uber anymore.
That part,
right? Isn't that crazy?
man.
Special guests in the house.
Super special.
Ariana, how you doing, sweetheart?
I am well.
It's good to see you. I miss you. Ariana's probably one of the best budtenders I've had a chance to meet in this industry. Not only that, but she's super big in the industry. As far as like doing a million things.
Yeah.
So jack of all trades. We should change that. Jack of all trades. The Jacqueline of all trades.
I like to say I wear many hats.
There we go. She wears many, many hats. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Ariana.
Well, my name's Ariana. I go by Ariana Janae on Instagram. Like I said, wear many hats, but entrepreneurship is something that's always been like in my vein, so to say. So I do modeling, event planning. I'm a reverend. I specialize in cannabis weddings. I'm a budtender. I do PR, marketing. Like the list goes on and on. Like I just got back from LA. I'm doing a runway show this past weekend, and then I'm hitting the ground today, like doing my regular
normal routine, whatever you can fit in to a normal routine after wearing all those hats.
Exactly, and I woke up at 5:30 and worked out.
Damn. You can't say you can't work out. Nobody can say
No
that.
excuses.
Yeah, she's like, I do a lot of shit in one day, so you can figure it out.
I even got a nap in.
Nice. So let me say, you said, let's go back to this because this is more interesting.
I think I caught exactly what you.
Yes,
Yep.
The Reverend.
The Reverend.
Let's
Talk about that.
Yes.
Okay. So I've been a reverend for a little over a year now, and like I said, I specialize in cannabis weddings. So right when I got my license to ordain people, so to say, I was doing promo events and really like getting the clientele ready for 4/20/20. And then we all know what happened in 2020.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So that one kind of just gave me time to rethink and come back to the drawing board. I joined the Chamber of Cannabis, which was able to give me a little bit of insight on social use and what's like in the works for that. I met with a couple of venues, and so now my ideal 4/20 wedding would be, you can always do rings, but spice it up at a joint with your partner as well, right? Or at your reception, instead of it being like snacks as the center table or flowers, you can still have the flowers, but let's set people up with a nice little hybrid joint as well, right? Let's get the flavor palettes going. Like it just opens so many possibilities.
That's so amazing. And I feel like people are going to be bombarding, if it's not already happening, bombarding Las Vegas, especially for marriages, because they've had to put them off.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people, like, they put their deposits down, like, pre-COVID, and they were not able to get any of that back. So they're like, I'm going to Vegas. I'm getting married anyway. So why not do it big or do it uniquely? And this industry is only growing to so many different people from 21 to 95. Like,
absolutely. You ain't kidding. So what makes it unique is that it does have that little cannabis twist to it.
It does.
I like that a lot.
Well, also, like, I'm a little bit younger in the crowd when it comes to, like, marrying people. You don't see a lot of people in their later 20s, early 30s doing that. I know, like, when I thought about it, I'm like, who did my aunt get married by? Like, some creepy older white dude, right? Like, I'm like, or he was Hispanic, or like some of my other, like, aunt's weddings and stuff. But he's always old man.
Oh,
That's
right.
my point. And I'm not an old man. I'm far from it.
Right.
Now, do you throw in the cannabis twist, or is it like their idea, or you know what I'm saying? Do they give you ideas like, hey, I want like joints? We want to light these joints together, or do you give them the idea?
It's honestly like depending on the couple. Some of them have their own ideas in mind. Maybe they're a little bit creative, and I'll do whatever I can to make that happen. Or they're like, I want to do this, but I don't know where to start. And then we have a menu that we go through.
Oh, nice.
Kind of just like with any other ones. Do they want religion used at all? If they don't, do they want it to be 20 minutes? Do you want to get in and get out and go have fun? We can make this a 5-minute ceremony, baby. Let's go.
What's nice? I used to, believe it or not, I used to work in the wedding industry for so long.
Really?
Over 4 years, because I used to work in tuxedos.
Oh.
So I used to do the weddings expos and stuff like that, and a lot of times when there was like wedding expos and things like that, you were able to network. So networking was a really big thing in the wedding industry, because you could tie in that into anything, like dresses. Or I know somebody who does dresses, let me know. Or I know somebody who officiates weddings, let me know. Or I know somebody that does tuxedos, let me know. Or I know somebody that does cannabis cooking, let me know. So it is like, for me, it's one of the biggest networking opportunities that you could possibly have. I met so many professionals in the fashion industry doing that job.
Well, one thing that I've noticed for me, not only do I have that like reverend side of me where people want me to marry them, but they also see my portfolio that I have, and they're like, she's a model too. So I just got back from Flagstaff, Arizona, not this past weekend, the weekend before that, and I was a bride I had a wife, right?
Yeah.
I got married, so to say. But it was just set up, and now I just got contacted by this company called Dan Weddings, who does nothing but international weddings. People from like South America and Brazil and like all over the place. They contact this company to do weddings here, and like they want me to do a couple promo things for them, but also be on their roster for their go-to. So it's just like opening up like doors that I never thought would be opened.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Different
Yeah.
opportunities that come your way. It's such an easy market too, because that industry is dominated by women, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that being the case, the networking never ends. There's always going to be something for people to get to meet. You're going to be able to tie in a lot of cannabis shit here in this coming up this summer too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of events.
I hope so.
Especially with things opening back up.
Yeah.
You're going to be super busy.
Yep. You had also mentioned to me, which I thought was a really phenomenal thing. You have a nice little venture going on the sidelines, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
Oh gosh. Wait, which one?
For real.
Oh, yeah. Wait, which one? So, I recently just got in touch with a manufacturer and was able to start working with them to produce my own clothing line.
Nice.
So I had this idea like for 10 years. So the fact that I've taken it from my mind and I can actually touch the physical product is something that's like very special to me. But it's called Selected Few Small Circle. It's a women's lounge line for now. And it's just comfortable sweatsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Embroidered tops, embroidered bottoms. Right now I have 2 different styles of sweat tops and 2 different styles of sweat bottoms and 3 different colorways, tan, gray, and black. But very nice quality products getting ready to be put out. And the story behind Select a Few Small Circle is like on your road to success, you kind of have this ideal image that you need a ton of friends in order to be successful. But as you go through your journey, sometimes it's just a selected few people that you need to be in your circle to just make shit happen.
So true. I can count like on one hand how many friends I have.
Mm-hmm.
And still have a couple fingers left over.
Yeah.
Right?
That's real shit.
2 to get the blunt. Right?
Yeah.
So you had the colors that you mentioned, by the way,
Mhm.
is my palette of life. By the way, beige, gray, black. That's my
Mine too.
that's my thing. I can just tell you right now, like Every time I look through something in a catalog or whatever, I'm like, oh my gosh, gray, beige, or black. Every single time.
I try to add color, but then it's just like I'm taken back to the dark side.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, those are great colors to like. You can mix and match that anyway. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a chill vibe. You can actually be going somewhere.
You can have 4 different shades of gray on, and it still look good.
Yes, for sure. I 100% agree with that.
Although I have started adding like olive green.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that camo green.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still basic.
It's still simple, yeah. Like, but I feel like all those colors can pop with something else. Like, you can add any other color to those colors, and it's gonna pop.
I'll definitely have to like do a collaboration, maybe with like a dance squad out here or something like that, and be like, "Is your color pink? Okay, cool."
Right.
Customs.
Yeah. Then you can roll. Maybe you can roll a different color at that point. You know what I'm saying? But for now, you're killing it with those colors. So what else you got on your cannabis palette?
Oh, my cannabis palette. Well, you know, I've been a budtender for the past 3 years, and I've made so many great connections throughout the industry. But my background, you know, I'm from Denver, Colorado originally, and I used to manage a sneaker boutique. And so now I'm able to use my marketing experience and apply it to the industry. So I do public relations and event coordination for Virtue, Vapin, and Sips, which is a couple of cannabis brands out here.
Nice. Not like, and they're not small cannabis brands either.
Not at all.
They're huge cannabis brands.
Virtue is well known out here.
Yeah.
So, one of the best cultivators.
Yeah, for sure. Like there's strains right off top key that I could be like, really dope. They have one of the best King Louis.
Who has a better gelato?
Diamond Dust.
Gelato, they've mastered gelato. Like, I am a
No.
snob when it comes to flour. Thank you, Colorado, for that. But gelato, like the taste of that one, it's the specific taste you have to master, not just the appearance of it. And that triple XOG by them.
Yeah, there's many though. Besides that,
Dark Phoenix they just came out with.
That
Skywalker.
Tangy, what was it, Tangy Tahoe?
Yeah.
They're killing it.
They
Right?
They're really
Shout
good.
out Virtue.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. There's 2 people, or there's a bunch of people in this room, but when there was Virtue competitions going on, I knew that if Danny over here wasn't gonna take it, it was gonna be me for sure. Like it was the day, honestly, when he wasn't there, I was like, "Oh, I got this." You know what I mean? And I'd send him a message every single time, and I'd be like, "Guess who took home the Virtue prize? Because you weren't at work today." You know what I'm saying?
That was my favorite thing, was the Virtue pop-ups. They did
Because
it
you
every
can't
week,
go
and it was
wrong.
my favorite flower. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Like, they just had
Walking
too
away
many
with the
good
ball.
strains and such a good genetic bank. Like, they get all the Clade 9
Clade
genetics.
9.
Like, they're fucking epic. That's
Yeah.
shit you just can't get a hold of.
Clade 9. Do you know about? Can you tell us about a little bit about Clade 9?
I want you guys to tell me a little bit about this.
Oh shit! She flipped the script. So I do believe it's nutrient, right?
What's that?
Soil, like a soil nutrient.
No, Clade 9 is
It's
going to
the
be a seed bank.
Oh, the seed bank.
Yeah,
right,
it's a
right.
seed bank. It dates back to like the 70s. It has like, that's where they get their original Bubba Kush. That's where they have like all their starters.
And then, like I heard, like if I'm not mistaken, like the G13 is what they gave like the government or something.
that's the story behind
Something like
it.
something like that. Yeah.
So how long has that been a deal for them? Like how long? I mean, how long has Virtue been in the industry that they have like these masterful genetics?
I think it's their growers. They have that
This
bank available to
industry is
them.
all about, I don't want to say it's all about who you know, but it's all about the relationships that you build. And it's not just like a transactional relationships. You know, like you're coming to my family barbecue and we're hanging out because we're homies. Like,
Right.
it's the culture behind it.
It is, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's always let's hang out. It's always let's sesh somewhere, for sure.
But but that's the good thing about the industry is you make so many connections, and then you're put in positions or put in front of other people that can help you grow and like better yourself in the industry. You said you've been in the industry for what, 3 years?
3
A little
years.
over 3 years. And
Yeah.
the fuck, like look at you, like you doing any and everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like I can't imagine like being in another industry for 3 years and like blossoming so fast and so much. Like I mean, that's what the cannabis industry does for you.
But we always talk about making the best out of those opportunities that present themselves to you. Listen, you can't just sit back and let things are not going to fall into your lap. They're not going to
Not
walk
at
up
all.
to you. But guess what? It is so easy in this industry to just walk up to people and have, like she said, these really cool relationships right away when you meet someone and they're like really big in the industry. And you would think, this guy's not going to talk to me or this girl's not going to talk to me. And sure enough, they will have a long conversation about what they did, how they got there. You know what I mean? Share something and then sesh.
Heck
Then
yeah.
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
So-
up to you to take advantage of those opportunities. Especially as a bud tender, you meet so many people, like vendors, just like the customers you see every day. Could be any and everybody. The opportunities are endless.
I have like still relationships with customers for my first day of bud tending.
Yeah.
They follow me to
Everywhere
wherever
you
I go. If I'm not bud tending anymore, they're texting me before they like order, which that sounds annoying, but they buy in bulk, right?
Yeah.
So, but I don't mind it. And when I'm doing the things that I do now and I'm out and about and I see them, like it's not a weird thing for them to come up and talk to me. And I think that was one thing that I was like taken back about, and I was like, dang, you really are making waves kind of in this industry a little bit, is when not only like vendors that we sell for whatever, but the customers were actually like, hey, like, yo, how's so-and-so? Like, how's your dog? I saw this. My daughter loves and watches all your videos on Facebook, and I'm just like, wow, like that's in depth. Like people are watching, and that's cool. It's super cool. So if you're ever out and about, come say hello.
Well, I've had customers ask me, because we worked together once upon a time, and I had customers ask me, is Ariana working here? And I'm like, well, yeah, she's here. Hold on 1 second. Let me go get her for you. Like, I don't even waste any time, you know. I'm like, let me go get her. And so, you know, but you can tell, like, when you say, hey, yeah, she's here,
Hell
they
yeah.
light the fuck up.
Yo, it was a couple. They were like low key my regulars, and I remember it was one of your first days on the floor. Like they saw you and like blew up, and I'm like, damn, like thought they had love for me, like they really loved you, and you was chopping up with it for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, man, they never talked to me that long, but that just shows like people really follow you when you really like take care of them or like you really get to know them. But I don't even know if it was like that one couple.
Was it a mixed couple?
Yeah,
And
he has long hair.
He has the fro,
Yeah.
and then she's always like real
Yep.
classy
Yep.
and put together.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually just ran into them at Taco last night.
See, yeah,
But it's things like that. But yeah,
yeah,
they
like
were at my first shop with me.
I thought they were my regulars until you came along and
That's
they
right.
were
She
your
was like,
regulars.
no, ma'am.
She's like, nah, play, that's me.
That's my
I thought
customer.
though.
But yeah, like that's real shit. It happens. Yeah, people follow you.
But this always goes to show, too, coming back to the bud tender perspective, when you wonder how to make the extra dollars, if you're next to someone and they're getting tipped heavy and you're not, and you're having a shitty day because of it,
Peep
think about the fact that you need to build relationships with those customers, especially if they live in the same state you live in, because they're going to keep coming back. You know what I mean? And those are the kind of customers, like if it's a good customer and they take care of you, they're always going to take care of you. And if you build a relationship, they always take care of you. Not that you ask for it, but you've already built that relationship with the customer. So when people are like, oh, how come your tip jar looks like that? It's because I used to see at least bare minimum of 7 to 8 regulars a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No lie. So kudos to you on that, because that's how you fucking make the paper.
Flip that quarter on its head, though. People that do shop at dispensaries, the way to be able to build those relationships and get that good help is to be able to tip well. That's
Yeah,
very,
tip
very
your
big out
bartender.
here. Yeah,
You
tip
take-
your bartender. Show 'em what's up.
You take care of the people that take care of you. That goes on
Exactly.
both ends. If a customer take care of you, you damn sure better take care of them every time they come in.
Every time.
And if
right.
a bud tender take care of you every time you come in, to take care of them, like it's
Yeah, it's a relationship.
Exactly.
It is
It
literally.
goes both
Right.
ways.
It goes both ways.
Absolutely.
But you're helping people with like their ailments.
But I kid you not, today, as I was doing a pop-up, like I'm not even working at the dispensary anymore, and I had one of my regulars, and he did a double take. He goes, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you. Where have you been?" I went and waited with him in line, and what my pop-up was, he bought it. He goes, "Just because you're here, like, I miss you. Like, which one should I get? You know what I like. Hook me up." And it's like,
What did he get?
he got some sips.
There you go. Well, you can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong. And you know, he's never tried sips. He's a smoker. He's the guy that wants to walk into his kitchen, forget what the hell he walked into his kitchen for, grab his cereal on top of the refrigerator, and probably forget that and leave it on the counter and go back into the living room. Like, he just wants to just feel nice. And I hooked him up with the Wildberry one because that's going to put your body in a...
I like the sips.
Yesterday I went to Medicine and I picked up a couple of items, but one of them was a Wildberry sip. And I drank that sucker, and I was super smooth. Oh, for
Yeah,
such
like
I
what?
had no idea. I forgot that was the...
The dosing on it?
yeah, no, I knew the dosing on it. I usually do the 100 milligrams, but I didn't know that was like more of the chill, relax, nighttime vibe. And it was like 2:00 in the afternoon. So, but I chilled for sure. I did not like, it was just a nice chill day.
Yeah, I fucks with the sips because like one makes me feel like just right, and you don't have to drink a whole fucking, you know what I'm saying, like
Like a
20-ounce
20
drink
ounce.
straight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who wants
it's
to
just
do
real quick.
that?
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you were to come up to me and say, like, "Oh, just take a half cap of this and you'll be good," I would be like, get the hell out of here. I
I'm not
know
taking a
myself.
half.
I'm a grown woman. Leave me alone. I know how to consume.
Right? You're like, I'm going to be all right. And I was a little afraid at first to drink the whole 100 milligrams in the sip. But, yeah, it is. Listen, dose out if you need to, because seriously, feel how that 50 milligrams that you like or the 20 milligrams that you like feels first, because this is a liquid. It'll happen real fast for you. You know, see how that is before you try the 100. But I went ham Sammy, and I tried the 100. And, yeah, I liked it a whole lot. And I was like, this is the kind of thing you do before you get on the plane.
For sure.
You know?
Oh,
You
yeah.
feel
Well,
it.
they're nano infused, so the effects are a lot different. They kick in that 10 to 15 minutes, but it's also like more of the effects on the body are similar to a smoking high.
It's not super heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I was chilling back in my hotel in LA. I had a sip, and I was just kind of like, dang, like, I feel like I just smoked a couple joints. Like, what's going on? I'm like, I didn't bring any weed with me. What? And I was like, oh. Sip.
Do you ever just do an edible and then like an hour later you're like, why am I
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah. All the
I'll be
time.
like, that edible got me.
Yeah,
That's when
there
I
it is.
know.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep.
Unless you get that real crazy smack and you're like, whoa, yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, buddy.
See, that only happens to me if I take edibles on an empty stomach and then I go eat. And then once I eat, I'm just a bag of beans.
I don't smoke before work either, though. Let me be honest. People always wonder that. I was not the person that smoked before work. Just wasn't, because for me, like,
no wake and bakes for Rocky?
No. Well, not always. I used to other jobs, but like when I worked at the dispensary, I wouldn't smoke before work. The reason why is because after work, I overly smoked. So I had to control my
Makes
consuming financially.
That makes sense.
Smoke weed every day.
So I was like, so the deal that I had with my wife was, don't smoke before work. Just smoke after work, and then you can smoke as much as you want. Which I don't know even worked out great, because I don't know if it is overly
Oh,
consumed.
after work, smoking five
that
blunt.
Well, yeah, but
Right.
at this point, look at what you're rolling. Like, I don't even know what I'm getting high on anymore, because I roll weed with wax and keef.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like max high, and then you're like, when you do truly want to get high, you're like, what the fuck?
That's when
What
you
is it
dab.
gonna take?
That's when you start dabbing.
No, not every dab is like that. Not every dab gets me, but I will tell you, Brandon, fucking our friend Brandon, floored me on that fucking
Which Brandon?
dab Saturday. I had a dab Saturday.
Dancing Brandon?
Yeah, so
Okay,
we went
Such
to
a
last
jerk.
Saturday, which is a really really good event out here. If anybody that's into smoking or glass or just any of that, hit up House Saboro for last Saturday. Obviously, it's the last Saturday of every month. But yeah, Brandon introduced her to the Terp Slurper.
Well, no, I mean I had tried a terp slurper before, but he was like, "This terp slurper,
Yeah,
you need to hit it real hard."
Yeah, he has a Toro, so he put her on the Toro, gave her a nice like fucking 0.3 of some really nice hash rosin, and told her go to work, and fucked her up.
Right, I had a dab sweats and shit. I was looking at him all crazy. I was like, Brandon, you told me to pull. I didn't have to pull that hard on this shit. I could have just taken it easy. Because the first inhale that I did, holy shit.
Everything.
Yeah, every fucking thing. And I blew that shit out, and it was like, I looked like Puff the Magic Dragon, you know. I was like, and that shit came out in slow motion and shit. I was like, holy shit. Then I got to coughing, and you already know when you get to coughing on a good, nice dab, you're going to cough for a hot little minute.
It's hard to stop.
Yeah, it's hard to stop. It pisses me off a
You're
little
like
bit at some
minute
point.
4,
Right?
and I get this shit over with.
Right?
You know, all right, let me get one good hard one out so I get it all out at once.
That's the shit I do.
Then that's when people start looking at you like, what's wrong with this motherfucker?
Well, that's what he
You're like, don't worry about me.
That's what he does. He like smacks the shit out of you and then he leaves.
He on some other shit with like all his
I love
glass
him.
and Brandon's on some other shit.
Yeah, I love his
Hell
ass.
yeah.
I love it.
I mean, it's crazy. And when I was like, he's a jerk. But I call him a jerk because he was like, hit that shit real hard. And I was like, oh, okay. I sure did. And I was like, oh my God. My eyes got real wide. I was like, holy shit.
The wasted from GTA just goes over you. Like,
Yes.
Wasted. All right, like I always like to find out what the difference is between different the cannabis industry in different states. What would you say the biggest difference between Colorado's industry and Vegas industry is?
well, to be 100% honest, the easiest way I can answer that is saying I felt that Colorado was oversaturated when I wanted to get into the industry, which was 2017, which they'd been legal for some time already. So, I mean, it makes sense, but I just kind of didn't have any direction in Colorado. Now, as far as like product and being a consumer there, price-wise, it's good. You can pick up lots of quality things. Edibles are good. Grows are good. But I think Nevada is just like my home. That's kind of where like I started in the industry. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's different though. There's not as many prices. I can just say prices is, but we all know the licensing situation and why prices are that cheap in those other states. It's because it wasn't regulated.
Right. Yeah, no, totally. And I feel like it's still sort of like that in a lot of states. Like I said, I just came back from Portland and it was
Cheap.
Yeah, super cheap.
I just picture like forests of just tree.
That's all it is.
Just forest. And it looks like it's a regular like pine tree forest, but then in the middle of it, they've chopped it down and farmed it, so then they're growing cannabis.
Well, you're pretty much accurato on that.
I was about to say that's literally what happened.
I'm like, in my dreams, this is what happens.
That's real life.
Or did I fall asleep watching Netflix?
Right.
Did I see this?
That was spot on. No, that was spot on for sure. For sure. So, what's your next step? What's your goal? What's the end game for you, lady? What are you looking to do next? Not the end game. What are you looking to do next?
So like some short-term goals that I have in place. Yeah. Well, my short-term goal is I kind of want to just be able to pass off I don't know. I always want to elevate myself. So I'm doing PR and events right now as far as the cannabis industry and the weddings and stuff like that goes. But what is that going to elevate into? That maybe it's me teaching somebody how to be me so that I can pass those duties off to somebody else, right? I always want to see the next person be better than me. Like, take my job, please.
Right.
I like to see you do that. That's a challenge. And it's a compliment on the same time. So there's that. And then I just need coronavirus to go away for the cannabis weddings and marrying people, to be 100% honest with you. I can't have a wedding and just be tables of 6 and you guys are all 6 feet apart and like venues aren't big enough. You don't want to wear a mask on your wedding day. It's just so many cons right now that I see the positives to look forward at. So yeah, coronavirus, go away.
Yeah. I think it's already a situation where Vegas has kind of made a decision. It's like, we're opening. And it is what it is. So, I mean, I don't know what the pros and cons are going to be. People are still on the fence on, like, vaccines and stuff like that. But I feel like it's positive, 100%. I feel like regardless of the situation, people are a little bit more leery of what's going on. Hopefully, God willing, a good portion of us are well aware of what's going on. Wash your hands, do your things.
Yeah.
You become a little bit more aware of your surroundings, and that's it. I feel like at this point, Vegas is going to open, and you're just going to see an influx of people coming in from everywhere.
Well, think about it this way. I was listening to NPR. Yes, I said NPR. But they said about a couple of days ago, over 100 million people have been vaccinated. That number in its own is crazy. I know we have almost 7 billion people on this planet, but for that many people to just get a vaccine, like off the bat like that, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not ready for the city to open. I look at people differently. I look at traveling and large parties or anything like that. I look at it differently, but I want to know what normal is going to be like.
It's gonna be a new normal.
It's
Just
a new
gotta
normal.
get used to it.
I feel like my face is like used to having like a mask on it. Like sometimes I catch myself. I'm like, why is your face like that? I'm like, you don't have a mask on. Like, loosen them cheeks up.
No, I know. Like I think things are gonna change. I'm gonna tell you, as a smoker, I have learned to smoke on my own. Due to this situation, and now it's like even with people that have vaccinated, like if I'm sharing a joint, I'll smoke the whole thing by myself because I forget that, you know what I mean? Like I could smoke with somebody who's already been vaccinated, or I'm smoking with somebody that is, period. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But I don't know I feel like people need to feel comfortable, and that's the reason why so many people have gotten this vaccine, because
like a placebo effect in their head almost.
Yeah, I think it's 80% the placebo effect. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm really kind of shooting at stars at this point with this theory, but I feel like that's what people feel like. They're like, I just want to go out and do normal shit, so I guess I got to go and get this
vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel that. That makes sense.
I think my biggest adjustment is going to be not being able to mumble under my breath. Somebody get on your nerves. You can under your mask. You can be like, this motherfucker.
Right.
Well, I can't stand this motherfucker.
Right.
You can't do that without the mask. So I'm gonna have to learn how to control my facial expressions and shit like that.
No, I feel it. But I mean, I'm just ready. I'm ready for that, and that will help me accomplish more things. I feel like. I mean, what if I get an out of the country job? Can I go out of the country right now? I don't know. I have a passport.
They might require vaccines.
That's what I'm saying. Out of the country, yeah, I think it might come to that. Yeah.
I mean, never mind. I don't want to say that. Where can I find that vaccination card at?
I remember back in the day, like, fuck it. Yeah, like my mom used to make like the fake insurance cards for like my grandfather and other people, like my uncle. So like because all you have to do is like type up the insurance card. Because back in the day, cops weren't checking back then.
Even like they even say people used to make fake driver's licenses in the typewriter because they used to put it like in the typewriter. I think
Back in
Florida
the day.
was one of those back in the day.
Back
Literally,
in the
no
day.
you walk in
picture.
with somebody else's information
Literally.
and take their information in your photo. No bullshit. That's how it used to be. Like,
I mean, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do to get by, right? But if I gotta
She was like,
go
"Where
with
they
that
at, though?"
card, you know,
where they at?
Japan, where you coming? Are you ready for me again?
I don't know if you've seen that card, but Japan has shit to do with it. People right here. There's some 5-year-old child that can like really make that card. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
No, I'm talking about so I can go to Japan.
No, I'm gonna be. Let's a small discretionary. We will not be. If you're doing this, we are not backing that by
No,
any
we are
means.
Don't go
But it's
looking for
funny
fake
as shit.
vaccination cards. Yeah.
Right.
We're kidding.
We're kidding.
What if you do DMR?
But yeah, it's hilarious. I think that. I think that's what people are freaking out about. To be honest.
Yeah.
Honestly, like they want to do shit, and they're like, the only way for me to do shit is to get this vaccine, so I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Who knows? There was bad shit in a lot of vaccines. I don't know. It is what it is now. I'll let you know if I grow like a fucking hump or some shit, or if I feel some crazy shit.
I ain't gonna look at you no different, right?
I'll let you all know. But for now, it's been pretty decent.
You good? We straight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay.
Ari,
Yes.
we appreciate you coming on. You fucking killed it.
Thank you guys. I'm sitting here chilling. I've got this permanent smile on my face
that's
right
what
here.
that's what the dabs do.
Heck yeah.
A little dab will do ya.
A dab a day
Hell
keeps
yeah.
the doctor away.
Yeah.
No, but thank you guys. Seriously, I appreciate you guys for having me on and just doing what we do.
Chopping up, absolutely. Before we let you go, we have to know what have you been smoking on lately?
Ooh, lately I have been smoking on this Diamond Dust live resin by Virtue.
Ooh.
Yes, some lucky dispensaries, they get that drop every now and then, but I'm also been smoking on this Y Life by Trendy live resin batter.
Okay.
What do you think?
That one, my first hit of that one had my nose tingling. I was like, ooh, it's that Mercy, not the Mercy, and the limonene and the caryophyllene in there. Yeah, 25. Holy shit. No wonder why my nose is like.
That's scratch. It's that carry.
Yeah.
That's caryophyllene in there.
Yeah.
Check your terpenes. One thing I do want to say though, honestly, before we go on the tangent of what you're smoking on, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of what you're doing in this industry.
Absolutely.
As a woman in this industry, a woman of color in this industry,
Thank you.
I'm super proud of you. And every time I look at your Instagram, you're doing something new. And something so encouraging and it's so good. It's all positive. And girl, man, Jarrell, what have you been smoking on?
Stony Point from Kushco.
Oh,
That was the last thing I picked up.
you can't go wrong.
Never go wrong.
Stony
with
ass
anything
shit.
Kushco. Yeah, that's what I've been smoking on. What about you, Rocky?
I just picked up some OGKB too, and then really what I got that I'm really super excited about was from Fleur. I got some Wookiees and Cream,
Cookies and cream.
and this shit was fire.
We sold out of that so fast.
Did you?
That shit went out. Yeah, flew out the shelves today.
Yeah.
Sold out,
It's amazing. It's good shit, man.
Hot
Good
cakes.
stuff. So good.
Shout out to Fleur.
Tasty. I loved it. Thank you so much to the people at Fleur for being on and everything, all that good stuff. Danny, what you been smoking on?
For myself, still more hash rosin.
If anybody wants to talk to you in the industry, or if, believe it or not, if you have weddings coming up, I feel like you're going to be super busy. She's going to be a busy girl. She doesn't know she's going to be busy. But if people have any questions about anything that you do, any of the multifaceted items that you do in your life, how can they get in contact with you?
So the best way to get in contact would be through Instagram. My personal page is Ariana Janae. If you're trying to tie that knot, it would be Married by Ariana J. My clothing line is Selected Few Small Circle. But primarily just follow my personal one, and all the links are on that one. Just make it easy peasy.
Yeah, lemon squeezy. And you
Exactly.
Can get all the other goods from that one.
But I do answer like all my DMs to be 100%. I'm not like one of those people. I think like people get intimidated by my following a little bit and be like, oh, she's bougie, right? No, I answer every one because I'm not that busy. I mean, I'm busy. Don't get me wrong, but I'll respond. Is what I'm getting at.
Followers for sure. She's got a gazillion followers and shit. It's good stuff.
Thank you guys again so much.
Oh no, we thank you, girl, for sure, 100%. If you all out there need to get in contact with us, we're at Hi Budtenders on all social media platforms. And of course, if you have any questions for us or you have any suggestions, we can always improve on anything that's life. Feel free to give us a hit on our website, www.hibudtenders.com. At the very bottom, scroll to the bottom there and just leave us a little comment. We'll get back to you. That's what we do. Thank you again for listening. And as always, stay high, Budtenders.
Ready for the action, meet me on the Ave.